All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you your Sunday Fun Day horoscope for January 31st, 2021, last day of the month. We're kind of ending between Sunday and Monday morning. This last bit of Earth energy that's going on here. The moon is in Virgo. We've got Venus up there in Capricorn, still closely conjunct to Pluto at 25 degrees. We're going to have a trine between the moon in Virgo and Pluto at 25 degrees. But the trine between Venus and the moon won't happen until Monday morning. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. But, you know, it's like this last bit of Earth energy, which is practical energy in the creation process. You know, it's extremely important. And it's 25th degree. You know, this is a bit later on in the evening. We've got the whole day. But what we're going to be feeling a good chunk of this day is moving toward Pluto. Okay, so we're moving from Mars to Pluto. Let me take this back, actually. Nice and early in the morning. There you go. We talked about this yesterday. Mars creating a trine to the moon. Okay, this is early in the morning on Sunday, so we'll be feeling this on Saturday evening as well, depending wherever you're at in the world. It's a beautiful thing about this technology, right? You can be anywhere. You know, time. You know, it's like time and space is kind of subjective, you know. What I'm recording this at 2:27 p.m. in Detroit, Michigan. You know, it's where are you? Kind of fun anyway. Aquarius. All right, so we have this forward momentum. Okay, we have this inertia allowing us to move forward. Okay, there's nothing stopping us. We still have this Mars conjunct Uranus here. Okay, which is giving us this like freedom in a sense, right? Uranus is release, Mars is action, moving towards something. So we're actively moving towards something with a release. Okay, this is like if you've had on, you know, you're training for something. I don't know, for some reason, like a Jean-Claude Van Damme martial, like kickboxer or something, is coming into my head. You know, like having a backpack full of bricks on, and you're going up and down these stairs. You know, and we get used to this feeling. We get used to the weight that we're carrying with us. You know, and we almost don't even realize it, that we're carrying this extra weight. So Mars still, with this loose conjunction to Uranus, is like, we're setting that backpack down. We're setting the weight down. We're alleviating and freeing ourselves from things that no longer serve, right? South Node over there in Sagittarius, which also deals with our mind. Okay, so this could be mental weight, this could be physical weight, this could be addictions, okay, because Virgo, the sign of Virgo, the Virgo Pisces axis deals with being present here now and escaping, okay, evading real life, evading this present time, this present moment, because it's too difficult, or what, it might even not be too difficult. Maybe we just choose, we want to, you know, lose ourselves in a video game, lose ourselves in social media, lose ourselves in a movie, lose ourselves in drugs, or escape, you know, with whatever meaning. Again, there's no judgment on my end. This is just that axis, right? So maybe that's weight that we've been carrying, you know, a needing to, you know, continue a certain cycle or whatever it may be. Okay, so we're actively moving forward. We're releasing. We're setting that backpack down, and all of a sudden, you know, that backpack of bricks is not on our back anymore. And the way that we're able to move up and down those stairs is like, this is that freeing feeling. Okay, so all this focused energy of the moon, our emotional need. Now, Virgo, right? This is going with the change. This is the earth sign, that's the mutable earth sign, that says everything that is formed is you know, all of creation will have its day. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, and it wasn't destroyed in a day. You know, it's like it took time. Or if you even look at, like, what is it, Easter Island, right, where all those giant, the giant head statues. But then we didn't realize, you know, until we started excavating, that there's much beneath the surface. Okay, there's something going on beneath the surface. I know it's kind of a scorpionic energy, but it's like, you know, discovery and moving forward to something and seeing that, you know, we might only be seeing the tip of the iceberg of something, right? And there's a whole lot more there. And the change of seasons, the change of weather, the change of time, you know, creates these structures, right? Earth energy structures slowly deteriorate unless we keep care of them, right? If you stop gardening, the trees are going to naturally spread. Those roots are going to burst through the basement or your house, and your house will eventually crumble if we stop taking care of it, right? The same thing happens to our physical bodies. If we stop taking care of our physical bodies, the elements are going to come in and take over, okay? So we're moving toward this area, moving toward this and saying, what do I need right now to find an emotional satisfaction, knowing that things are going to change, knowing that this is going to change, knowing that the trees are going to blossom and they're going to die. Okay, they're going to produce apples, and then there's a finite time, that we have to take care of this tree for it to produce the fruit, and then that tree's done. So it's like Virgo is all about that work. Are we doing the work to make sure that our tree is fruitful, bearing all the fruit that we want it to, that's available to it, right? Because that finite time, we won't have apples anymore to sell, if that's our business or whatever it may be. We have to find an alternative to this. So everything changes, and it's going with that, everything changes. And we have this moment, this presence that we can do something with it and create something, that beautiful earth energy, right? Moving forward, creating, setting down weight. And now where are we moving toward is that trine over there to Pluto, okay? Now 25 degrees, I'm going to pull this up just so you can, view it and know how this lines up with your chart. Okay, so when the moon hits 25 degrees of Virgo, creating this trine over here to Pluto, this is about the first initiation in practical rituals or practicing rituals. Okay, this is like the child finally coming of age to participate in these events or ritual. Ritual is a proper word for this. This is something that's sacred. This life is sacred. This breath is sacred. Our time is sacred, right? What are we doing with our time? And now Pluto over here in Capricorn, right? Death, destruction, transformation, rebirth, okay? Changing the government. But this particular degree where it's going to be sitting for a while, this is about seeing. Okay, this is the beauty of transformation here, about not being practical, not being so practical with the earth energy. And this is about dissolving the physical reality and seeing like this forest spirit, the spirit of the forest, the spirit of nature, something like we talked about the other day about, not being able to value the forest or value the trees unless we're chopping them down to make paper or number 2 pencils or something else. This is like the trees, the forest have a value in its own. There's a presence, there's an energy that's there. There's an energy to nature. If anyone has ever stepped foot on Hawaii, there's a different energy in Hawaii altogether. And the Hawaiian people will tell you, this is sacred land, and there are certain things like don't remove the stones from here. They constantly get stones in their post office being sent back because of some bad juju or bad luck or bad karma or whatever it is. It's like these are rituals and practices that happen in the sacred land. Okay, so it's like we have to honor, as a foreigner or whatever, we have to honor, these certain practices and rituals. So that's part of that 25 degrees where the moon's at, a Virgo. And then the other is it's like, this is left brain, right brain. Okay. Left brain is logic. Our right brain is the empathy and the connection with source and infinite and all this. Okay, so it's like our logical brain says it's just a rock. It's just a rock. Who cares? I don't need to participate or practice your ritual. I don't see with my physical eyes. I don't feel this energy that you're talking or you're speaking of. And it's there. And again, they constantly are sending rocks back to Hawaii, okay, because something terrible has happened in their life. So this is understanding that there is some sort of spirit, some sort of force here on this planet. There's some sort of unseen energy, that exists, that if we're aware of it, we can work with it. It can work with us. This isn't just... life is full of mysteries. And it's like, that's one thing, you know, as I'm speaking of this, it's like, I can't speak on it from like, I speak from a place of knowing, but not from a place of like facts, because it's like everything is different to the individual. You know, like we know that this exists. We know that there's, you know, this spiritual force. We know that there is something that's keeping all of these planets in orbit, all of these planets in their perfect position, and has been going on. This great clock has been going on for a very long time. What holds this force together? We have scientists can speculate in concepts of where we came from or where we're going or the point. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know, you know, and there's just almost this blind trust and faith, you know, that these things exist. And it's taking the time in our practice, in our ritualistic approach to living, to tap into that unseen and not be so focused here on the physical. And it's really interesting because there's a lot of Earth energy still going on here with Uranus, Mars in Taurus, the Moon in Virgo, Pluto and Venus still in the sign of Capricorn. And Venus is hitting that 29th degree, which is like that critical degree of the great minds coming together to figure out where we're going and what we're doing. You know, it's like these great minds, this is part of this, these great minds are getting together and understanding there is more to nature. There is more than just profit margins and seeing something as a value only if it can be sold. You know, it's standing in the meadow on a full moon. You know, it's like there's a feeling there that's personal to each their own, but it's undescribable. You take the meadow away and you put up a bunch of condos. Where can we make that connection with nature, with source, with self, right? So it's this beautiful day, this Sunday, the day to pay homage to the sun. Sun in Aquarius, we're making this new future, a lot of Aquarian energy, we're making this new way, a new future for all of human life. And we have to harness and appreciate the spirit of nature in our own ritualistic ways. My friends, have the happiest of Sunday fun days to you, and we will see you tomorrow.